Hello everyone, and welcome back to Killigan's Treasure. We're with this lad. Is this a goatee? I've been wondering that this whole time. Is it tied? He's got is that also tied at the back of his head? Oh no, he's kind of cute. A flurry of questions flood my mind as he explains. When did these start being made? When did I never see any of these in Redroot? Could they have saved Pa? Do you, not have a band? I can't quite tell under your layers of fur, mister. No, Killigan. Don't ask me. I don't know why I ain't affected by it. No, my apologies. I don't believe I've met a beast with features like yours in all of my 13 years. 13? 31. I flip not only words around, I flip numbers around, apparently. Why have we not still asked this lad their name? I also apologize for mistaking you as a pestilence. A struck person, too. I was fairly panicked at the time. Nah, don't worry about it. I've dealt with ruder introductions before. But most usually, at least ask for my name. Before screaming their heads off. Oh, forgive me. Where are my manners? My name is, Cabot. Cabot? Cabote? 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 Cabot? Tell me in the comments, how is this pronounced? Is it Cabot or Cabote? I don't know. I am but an eager textile merchant from the esteemed Market Clan. A pleasure, but I can't say I've heard of y'all. How'd this all happen, anyway? Wait, you've never heard of us? Have you been living as a hermit all your life? I'm going to need to tell you all about our trade, then. Just, as soon as you help escort me, help me escort, B-Joke here back to the inn. The impulse to bring up my questions again gets drowned out by the sudden mention of civilization. There's an inn close by. Yes. The wood's edge, just up the road, not too far away. If you could, lift our scaly friend into my wagon, we'll be on our way. I hoist B-Joke into the wagon, while Cobot, okay, loads up all the spilled goods around him. Then we start uphill towards where he claims the inn is. Along the way, Cobot tells me about how the Market Clan is a family of candids, fervently emphatic about each of their trades. They're spread all across Canavar. These names are gonna kill me. These, names of locations, these names. I don't know. Terms. I don't know. Watch this be a word. Some setting up shops in towns, some preferring a more nomadic life. Customers in some towns have specific needs that the nomads are experts with, accounting for beasts with features I've never heard of before. They've built a trade network so vast, they even regularly barter with the Skurs. Cobot quickly explains that the Skurs are the lizard-like people like B-Joke, and that they're not all crazed, greedy lunatics like he currently is. He'd been expecting to meet with B-Joke at the inn yesterday or the day before, but became worried and set out to look for him this afternoon. He knew his trade route, and so he sought out to see if he needed aid. It didn't take long to find out. A few minutes later after that is when I found them, running around like it's bargain day at the market. Then he starts up about how unlike him it was to be adorned in such commoner clothing, and I start to zone out. Rude, but okay. I understand. We reach the inn before long, soon after he finishes talking. It's smaller than the one Redroot used to have, but it's not like it had any business anyway. It looks like it'd be able to lodge a few patrons at least. Kobote, okay. Directs the wagon around to the side of the inn next to the outhouse. He grabs a small strip of cloth out from one of B-Joke's bags and ties it in a blindfold around his head. You're really going out with this. All out with this. That's what it says. Huh? Oh, it's necessary. Believe me. Well, Skirlzy, I don't know, are more in tune with the magical arts. We have to use more physical means of restraint when someone, succumbs. Fortunately, Scarers have no access to magic while in this manic state. Skirlzy. I take a closer look at B-Joke as the Candid steps away. I knew they'd be scaly, but it's one thing hearing about it, and another seeing them up close. He usually carries a notebook with him, but I'm not finding it on his person. He must have dropped it when he succumbed. A journal? I wonder if, I retrieved the, pocketbook from the folds of my armor as he delicately pats around B-Joke's cloth. Is this it? Oh, it is! I'd recognize that crimson leatherback anywhere. Where in the world did you find it? Got lucky and tripped over it a couple days ago. I didn't think I'd actually come across the author, though. That is lucky. A shame he almost lost something so important to him. Anyway, come. Let's have a better look at this inside. This guy seems overly polite for a beast. I mean, I guess I saved him from B-Jokes, so I kinda get it, but he probably would have been able to outrun him anyway. I don't know if I can trust someone being this courteous to me. Mostly, anyway. And nobody in Redroot ever was, other than my parents. And the church in its heyday. Something about him feels patronizing? Like he's pitying at me, even though I saved his ass from spiky scales over there. Well, what are we doing? Okay. I guess I got no reason not to follow him inside, though. We head inside the inn into a small lounge area, and Kobot immediately grabs a seat at the nearest table, quickly thumbing through the journal. I hesitate, taking in the first contact I've had with civilization in over a week. It's cramped but cozy. A little smaller than Pa's shop, in fact. Kobot waves me over, snapping me out of it. I pull out a chair and take a seat across from him. So, where'd you say you were from? Baywitch. Well, a Spiceport originally, but I prefer the former over the latter. A closer-knit community and all that. Guess that explains his accent. It's a lot more nasally than Redroot's is. Oh, excuse me. I feel you on that. So, what brings you out here, then? I've been on my biannual trip to the Autumn Fort. The Echo Hunters put out a requisition every few months for fresh uniforms and garments. Makes sense. Pa used to love supplying armor for them, but back when I was a calf. But soon after, he was barely able to get orders done just for the town's guards, and not to mention everyone in the town wanting their own set. Since then, haven't heard from him. Till now, I guess. I'm not sure what their business is, this far away from Echo activity, but it is my business to provide them with my craftswork. So, you work in textiles. Do you commission INSEE to make them, or do you sew them all yourself? I make them myself. I take it you work in a similar field? Kinda. Me and my pa were blacksmiths. We'd craft the armor parts and send them off to INSEE for cloth as embellishments. They'd send back for assembly. We'd done it ourselves, but our big old paws aren't built for such kind of precision. Mostly Pa did pretty much all of the smithing, and I just assembled. But he didn't need to know that. Oh, I see. I honestly never would have guessed, judging by your, current outfit. You and your pa must really be in dire need of new garments and materials at the fort, if that's the best you can create. The fort? Nah, I ain't been there since I was a calf. Oh, then, where do you hail from? Where else? From Redroot. Redroot? But that town's been abandoned for years. Abandoned? What are you talking about? Redroot still. Well, I guess it is abandoned now, since it burned to the ground about a week ago. As far as I know, I'm the only one who made it out. So now it's abandoned. But definitely not before then. I see. No wonder you haven't even heard of the march you did, like the Market Clan. Or even deterrence bands. Deterrence bands? What am I saying? I don't know. If what you say is true, then Redroot wasn't abandoned by its people. It was abandoned by the rest of the world. Very reasonable. Well, I get it. No, he's lying. He's gotta be. There's something that doesn't add up. I don't believe you. We're all the lumber we've been shipping out before, if we were so abandoned. I wouldn't know. Aren't you a blacksmith in any case? Barely. I did armor work on the side when I wasn't working down at the lumberyard. But that ain't what I'm getting at. Someone has to be getting that lumber. Someone outside of Redroot. Do you have any idea who? Any unique town emblems or even distinct colors? Damn it. No, I don't. I always let Sunny handle it. I still don't believe you, though. Ain't no way the whole of Canavar left us to die. But your town never... But your town never getting a deterrence ban seems like it would be. A surefire way to do it. No, that ain't true. So how... It's starting to sound like... No, you're lying to me. The Kavanar abandoned us. Then my paw would be dead. Ethel? He'd be dead. Like he is now. They really did abandon us. Guess I still haven't fully come to terms with Pa's death. Killigan! I pull against my ears. Oh, there's like a sprite for that here, okay. I know it's a bad habit, but right now I can't help it. If I'd known sooner. Are you alright, Killigan? Sooner about what? I can't keep it in anymore. I already feel tears striking down my cheeks. I still don't know if I can trust this guy, but if we had even gotten those deterrence bans, I could have... Killigan? Are we gonna punch him? I cave. I cave and tell Kobot everything. About Redroot. About my father. About the whole past 15 years. Hell, even about the map. I spill my guts out on the table. Even as he gets late into the evening. Oh, is he gonna betray us and steal our map? Whoa. I hope not. This lad's cute. I could have saved him. If only I knew about these deterrence bans earlier. If only I'd known we'd been abandoned. It feels like the whole world really is out to get me now, more than ever. This feels like solid proof. But it's nice that I can at least talk about with someone about this, instead of keeping it bottled up inside or taking it out on something. Or maybe it's the fact that I haven't talked with anyone in weeks. Or maybe it's that I'm so starved and parched, I feel like I could collapse. Either way, for once, I don't feel so alone. At a break in the At a break in my feeling dump? My feelings dump? Yes, okay. Cubot gives me a smile full of pity and offers to buy us both dinner. Lit! I don't mind his pompous attitude as much now. It seems like the least of my problems. Right now, I just want to take a load off with all this shit weighing me down. Ah? Something to fill up on? Something to get jumped? Tell her I'll have something to fill up on. We get food. I'd rather eat than drink. That's just me, though. Kobot orders us some dinner, along with light drinks, mentioning that he doesn't mind paying the tab. I engorge myself with food more than I've ever had in one sitting. Honestly enough to be gassy from both ends. Oh dear. I tell him the rest about Redroot and more of my experience growing up there. So your father passed as a result of the pestilence, but never experienced any irritability or, you say, anything like what Bijuk went through. Yup. I mean, sometimes he was irritable, but that was just part of just being a person, and long before the pestilence rolled in. He got sicker and sicker till, you know. I'm so sorry for your loss, Killigan. It's okay. Not much could be done for what I knew. Plus, it feels like he lives on in my pauldron now. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you ever hear Redroot was abandoned? Who told it to you? Who told you it was in the first place? Ah, well, half of my knowledge is from trader talk among other merchants. It's not just goods we exchange, you know. And I suppose the other half's just, common sense. From actually living in connected parts of the Canavar. Right. Silence lingers in the air for a while as Canavot. This name saddens me. I just don't know how to pronounce it. I just feel like I'm saying it wrong. Canabot? Canabate? I don't know. Swishes his drink around in his mug. The innkeeper quietly keeps to themselves, reading a book behind the counter. What do you say we turn in for the night? It seems like some rest in an actual bed would help more than anything else. Sounds good to me. If you weren't so exposed, I might have offered to relieve your tension another way. But it seems like you're already overly exposed in more emotional ways as well. I wouldn't want to take advantage of that. Nah, I get what you mean. I don't mind just getting some shut-eye. My balls are screaming at me for a sweet release, but they're just gonna have to endure. He's right, I'm feeling way too vulnerable right now for anything sexual. We get up from our table and head towards one of the back bedrooms. Kobot drops a small pouch of ores on the counter as we pass, I'm guessing as payment for his stay. Once the room's door is closed, Kobot starts setting his goods and supplies off in the corner of the room. Okay, I'm going to end the part here, everyone. So I'll see you guys around.